Well, hello everyone. The time has finally come. I have received the 9-volt batteries that I needed to receive in order to test this thing. I want to say a few things first before I get into it, since this is a new segment. These batteries took a long time to come in, longer than anticipated, and I apologize for the wait in advance that it had to be well over a month just to see what this thing would do. So the batteries, evidently they came from England, and I guess I don't know if this is true, but based on how scarce they are and that the fact I've only seen these two in person and no other times during my lifespan, I don't know if these are batteries that are exclusive to Europe or European countries, because I certainly don't see a lot of these over here, and these came from Great Britain. But we had to order them twice, because the first pair were scams, but the second pair ended up coming in, and were a success in the end. The batteries fit in correctly, are the correct size proportions, and also power the instrument up. They do exactly what they're supposed to. So I'm happy about that. I'll show you the batteries at the very end. Now, there is a confession I must make. My mom had me test it upstairs, so I didn't get to see what it would initially do on video, but I've only seen it do a few things, and I'm still trying to figure out the silly controls on this thing, because there are a lot of them, and it's probably the only stylophone that isn't simplistic. Like, all the other ones are just normal size, while this one is like the odd one. You got effects, reiteration, vibrato, what have you. It's quite a instrument. And there are some underlying issues that I'm kind of annoyed about because they weren't really reviewed in the comments, or not the comments, the item description in which this was listed. But the thing powers up, and honest to God, it actually sounds really good. But there's a few things with the keyboard I might resolve or something, but, maybe it just needs a cleaning. Like I said, I haven't done much with it yet, but, for starters, it's a pretty good sounding instrument. And it definitely puts the reproduction stylophone that I also showed in the last video to shame, in a lot of ways. Now, the other stylophone has less issues than this one, but I reckon because this one's more quality, it can easily be fixed up. This one's not as perfect as the other one, though. But because of how this sounds, and other mishaps I've had with getting another vintage stylophone for the mix, I planned on holding off on creating a composition with this piece until I get a few more stylophones in, including a drum machine, to really get the full experience of having an all-stylophone composition. Something I think that would make it sound really cool in return. So this is just the early stages right now. I got my reproduction one over there, and this one, but I want to either get another vintage Dubrek made, like another, real vintage stylophone, like the small ones you see, and hopefully the new drum machine they released, as well as the, I think, Gen X1, I believe it's called, the newest stylophone that's released. I'd like to, make a lot with this. But if I cannot find a vintage Dubrek stylophone, I will simply bypass it and substitute this one, because this one already has more effects than the base model ones anyway. So, with that being said, there are two on positions. This thing fooled me when I did it, because I'll show you what happens. So, and as you can hear, that speaker is quite mighty, and here's the volume. But if you listen slowly, and the styluses do kind of work, this is where the issues are at. You can probably hear the slight display of notes there. But then you got this one, which the speaker's kind of unstable. You can hear how it makes a lot of racket. But this isn't where it is, though. Like I said, still mastering this. Now I pressed the brass one in. Oh, wait. Sorry. Sound like a fly. See, like, you can see the issue already. It's not really displaying keys all that well. It could just be a cleaning, but I really have no clue. But the keys up here seem to struggle a little more. Or they'll bend in pitch. Oh, okay. Oh, I think I might have found a trick now. Alright, I think I know what I did wrong. I'm tapping right here, like on the most new stylophones do, but in reality you need to tap like up here right on the brink of the key. So, that's what I'm messing up at, and that's probably why it's not displaying correctly, but the notes still kind of bend. It seems like it's getting a little better, though. Oh, boy. Anyway, let's test some of the other effects. This sounds awesome. Alright, I think this is getting a little better. I don't know. I'm just an idiot. Alright, let's try vibrato. Oh, this is probably what I did wrong. Alright, let's do strings. I think I took the instrument selection off, so it wasn't doing anything. Let's try it now. Wait one sec. Okay, I think this is doing a lot better. I'll definitely get a composition and ideas written for this, though. Alright. Let's put on reiteration, which will make this stylus then usable. And the brass is my favorite. I'm going to use that again, just by listening to how these sounds are. And woodwinds are up there. Oh, silly me. Here's the reiteration. You can hear how it's... But then, you can make it go faster. Seems to do its job. This one seems a little worse on recognition, but I don't know. Alright, decay. These I have not tested, so what you are seeing is a live reaction. Some, like the playing effects, have been. Alright. Ah, great. What happened? Oh, let's try this again. Oh, okay. Alright, now I see what it does. Alright. Yeah, that one has an issue. Now for this. Alright, well, I probably can't operate this because I'm going to have to use no hands for this. 1 second. Alright, that did nothing. Okay, that was a loud boom. Alright, I think something's going on there, but I really have no clue. Alright, well, tuning. I'm really impressed so far with this. I think I figured out what I was doing wrong and why the heck the things weren't displaying, but I don't know. That's just my stupidity at times. I keep trying to press right here, as if this is the new Stylophones, which you can hit anywhere on the key you want, but since this one has a different keyboard layout, I'm used to hitting it down here and not up here. This is where you're really supposed to be hitting this stuff. So, I'm gonna probably write a couple concepts using my other Stylophone and see how this will actually sound. I am really impressed so far with how this sounds already. I mean, keys have a little bit of a wobbly thing when you press them, and they typically are slow to respond, but I'd probably have to clean it or tap on a different part of the key. I'm just not mastering it yet, because this is a first for me in this type of thing. So, alright. So, with that done, I will put this away for a bit, and I've already uploaded a video today, so I don't have any new things going into the works. These styluses do not fit in, but I am really, really, really impressed so far with what I have gotten and how it's working. I just think I was being kind of a idiot and hitting the wrong part of the key. I later found that out as I was doing the video and moved to a later part. Alright. So, we'll show you what these batteries look like. And in fact, they're just these. This is literally the width of my hand. So these things are pretty thick. And then these screws just go in here like this. These screws are probably the most funkiest thing anyone's ever looked at. They don't have like a drill head in the bottom. They just have like a little clip. But in appearance, they look like just a flathead screw that you would put into something. And that one looks like that. I tried interswapping these batteries. This is kind of off topic from what this channel deals with, and it'll kind of deviate a little bit. But I tried using these in this old 70s Panasonic black and white TV that I acquired for free because this person said it didn't work. I tried interswapping them, and it turns out that the batteries that happen to be in this are a little too small, and that the TV requires a 12 volt to operate. And those are slightly bigger than these 9 volts in which this thing uses. So, because I forgot the size dimensions of these batteries, I kind of just thought it would work. But it turns out that I was somewhat wrong on that dissection. But, well, aside from that, that's kind of all that has to offer. Now, this is something I also don't do, but maybe I'll upload some of my concept to YouTube within the given course and see how this kind of goes together before I actually get the real thing and turn this into the project that I want to turn it into. But this might be left to be desired for future videos because I still haven't dissected. Some of the key wobbling is kind of deterring me from using it. But that's probably a simple fix given these instruments and how they're put together. So, maybe I'll see if some cleaning will help. And it sounded like it was getting better as this video was rolling. So, maybe it just needs to work a little bit. But I never know with these older instruments, especially one of this rare magnitude. So, I think that will wrap it up. I am very impressed with the instrument. I cannot wait to use it, and be expecting this in future videos, especially concepts, when I put my Stylophone composition together. Thank you for watching.